Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Recently we got Fawaz's Canadian passport and I received a lot of Instagram DMs asking me how did we apply for Fawaz's passport, what's the procedure like, and can children really get passports before their parents in Canada. I decided to come here and make a video to show you guys how to apply for your child's Canadian passport. You can apply for your child's Canadian passport if they are born over here in Canada and if you're residing over here as Canadian permanent resident or Canadian citizen. If you are in work permit or if you are in temporary visa, the rules are different and I am not sure what they are, but you cannot directly apply for the passport. You do need to be a PR or a citizen and your child will automatically qualify as the citizen of Canada. So in order to apply for your child's passport, you do need their birth certificate. So if you don't have their birth certificate, make sure that you are registered online and you have the birth certificate delivered to your home before you go and apply for the passport. I'll be showing you now how to get started. So if you can follow me, go to www.canada.ca and once you open up, it's going to ask you for language and then you click menu, travel and tourism, Canadian passports and travel documents. Now you can see that there is two parts over here. Do you need a passport urgently or do you need the passport but you don't have a specific travel date, so you can just take your time and apply for it? If it's urgent and you are flying in the next 2 to 9 days, or if you're flying even before that, then you do have to opt for the urgent or express. Now urgent is if you're flying within the 24 to 48 hours and you directly have to go to Service Canada with proof of tickets and you have to show them that you are traveling next day or within 48 hours and they will issue the passport to you. If you are doing the express one, which is 2 to 9 business days, you still need to go to the Service Canada office and you do need proof of travel, so you do need to show your tickets, where you're going, and they have to be valid and you have to stand in line. It can be done in appointment basis, but if you are flying within 2 to 9 days, I'd suggest you go as walk-in, of course, since it's urgent, and they should be able to accommodate you and give you the passport immediately. Now if you are not traveling anytime soon, which is what happened to us, we applied for Fawaz's passport back in August and we didn't travel anywhere, so we had no specific travel dates. We decided to follow the standard procedure. Back then it was 45 business days, so it took us about 4 months since August. We got the passport end of December, and if you were following me on my Instagram stories, I did post that we received the passport on December 29th, I think, and we were super excited. But it took us about a little over 4 months after applying, since we were not in any hurry. Right now they did decrease their time, so it's 10 to 20 business days, and then there's mailing time, so it should be within, I guess, a couple months. That's what I heard. Anyway, so we're going to pick standard since we are not in a hurry right now, and once we pick standard, we're going to opt child's passport. And they do have a few rules over here who can apply for the passport. So basically only the parents or the guardian can apply for passport, and I did explain the urgent, the express, and the standard. So urgent over here means end of next business day, express 2 to 9 business days, and standard 10 to 20 business days plus mail time. We're gonna click on standard, and now we are gonna scroll down and we are applying for a child in person because it's faster, none of the above because it's not lost or stolen, and then we download the passport application. So this is the beginning step. we download the passport application, and now we have to fill out the passport application form. You can either print out the passport application and fill it out by hand, or you can do it online and then just print it out and go to a Service Canada office directly. It's completely up to you. So I'm just going to show you how to fill out the application over here. So if we open the document, we see that this is a child's general passport application, and we see the child's personal information. So if you can just look at that, they'll ask you the surname, the given names, place of birth, date of birth, and you do have to comply with the photo. We did take Fawaz's passport photo from Staples. Staples does passport pictures. Any Staples will do them. I think it costs $22 now plus GST in Calgary. Not sure about the other places, but they do children's photos. And just make sure that your child is not wearing white, because they will be taken under a white background. So just make sure that your child is not wearing anything white, and his eyes, ears, and his facial features can be seen properly, and no smiles in the photo. It's all valid if it's just like that. And then you fill out the first part, which is the child's personal information. The child obviously can't sign it, so you leave that blank. And then you go to the next part, which is the information of applicant, which is the parent and the other parents. So there's a primary parent, and then there's the other parent. So I decided to be the primary applicant, so I filled out the first part of this. Whoever is filling out the primary applicant will also have to fill out number 5. So just make sure that the applicant parent should fill out number 5. And then the other parent is the father or the mother. They fill out and they both sign the application. And now the number 3 is, do they have any previous travel document? Of course, if it's your child's first Canadian passport, then they don't have any documents. And if you are renewing your child's passport, in case, just know this: in Canada you can't really renew a child's passport, so you do have to opt for a new passport every time until they reach 16. You can ask for the previous passport back, so they do have that on the application, where you say, yes, please return it to me, and you have to tick that box if you are applying for your child's passport again. If you don't do that, then they're gonna destroy that. Next comes the proof of Canadian citizenship, so that's the birth certificate. If you are a Canadian citizen yourself, then you can show your proof of citizenship certificate, but we are not citizens yet. We're still permanent residents, so we just showed the birth certificate, which was issued to us, and it had the registration number and the date of issue in it. We had to provide the photocopy of the original. And then the declaration of the applicant, which was the primary applicant in number 2. So whoever the primary applicant was, they're gonna be signing this part again. And now comes declaration of guarantor. This is very important because your guarantor, and here is the catch, has to be a Canadian citizen. Your guarantor cannot be a permanent resident. So we didn't know about this until we started filling out the form, and most of our friends are fellow immigrants. We don't really know that many citizens, only a handful of them, and one of my friends who's a citizen volunteered, so shout out to Roxana Apu. Thank you so much for being my guarantor if you're watching this video. And she agreed to sign off this application. So you do have to find someone who is a Canadian citizen, and that person needs to provide their passport number and their expiry date and their date of issue of the passport. And you can write the relationship to the primary applicant. So she was my friend, I put that as friend, and their current home address. And your guarantor needs to sign off on this application. Your guarantor should also know you for more than 2 years, and they do specify over here how many number of years do you know this person. So that person needs to fill it in, how many years they know you for. And your guarantor should also sign in one of the photos of your child's picture. So when you go to Staples and you tell them that you need children's passport picture done, they will put stamps on the behind of the picture saying that I agree that this is the likeliness of, and then there will be a blank over there, and the guarantor needs to sign in that photo, behind that photo, and you have to make sure that your guarantor signs on the photo and in the application for this application to be valid. And then number 7 is emergency contact. I didn't really fill that up. It's just optional. If you want to make sure that somebody else is an emergency guardian, especially outside Canada, you can do that. If not, you can leave that blank. It doesn't matter. And then when you are done with everything, they did also provide a checklist. You tick off everything on the checklist and you followed everything else. So they are gonna tell you the requirements checklist, and after you are done with anything, you have to pay the fee. Now, if you are going to Service Canada, you don't have to fill out the credit card information which is below the form. You just have to pay $57 upfront, and they will take the payment at that time. They will take a photocopy of your birth certificate, and they will take the application, and they will give you a specific timeline for the passport to be done, and they will ask you not to call them before the deadline is over. So we applied in August, and they told us that it was going to arrive at the end of November, and we couldn't give them a call before that. So we ended up getting the passport at the end of December because there were a lot of backlogs due to COVID and a lot of different issues which the government was facing. So they did take an extra month, but we did receive it at the end of December, and everything was perfect. I did do a reaction video because it was our first time ever that our son is a Canadian citizen. In the family, we don't have any foreign citizens, and it's such a big moment for me and Kazi as well, because we are really excited that we have somebody, we have Fawaz now in our life who is a Canadian citizen. And our parents did try for us when we were young in Saudi Arabia, but we all know how Middle East don't provide passports. So this was really emotional for me and for him, and I did do a reaction video. Here's the reaction video. Canadian passport is here. We are excited. And I am planning. Fawaz! Tomar passport আসছে আপু।
Abba?
Passport আসছে। Fawaz is a Canadian. We don't even have our passports yet. Homeboy got his first Canadian passport. That was the reaction video, and this is the live Canada passport which I wanted to show you guys. It's sleek, it's blue in color, and I'm really waiting for ours. We did apply for citizenship recently, so we are hoping to get it within a couple years, since the timeline for that right now is almost 2 years. But for now, I will be excited about Fawaz's Canadian passport. But if you guys wanted me to do the citizenship application form fill out for you guys, if you needed any help, you can let me know in the comments below, and I can make a different video for that, since I filled out our citizenship application form as well. If you have liked my video today, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel if you're new. Hope to see you guys in my next video real soon. Till then, bye!